Hello and welcome to another coaching session from LeadershipMentor.com. Today in our session I'd like to share with you what I call variable drill leadership. You know, when I bought my very first home, I was so excited. And you go through all the expense of actually buying the home, and then you quickly learn that every time you want to do some type of an improvement, even with a new home, you got to go out to the local hardware store and you got to spend a lot of money on additional tools that you typically won't have after living in an apartment or with your parents. So one of the first things I purchased as a new homeowner was an electric drill. And so I took the drill home and I needed it for some specific job, and I used it and it worked great. It drilled a hole in this wood and I really accomplished what I needed it to do. And then a few days later I got the same drill out and I needed to put in some very large screws into wood. And as I tried to do that, this drill that I had purchased actually was just stripping the heads off the top of the screws. And so I had somebody say that I needed to buy a variable speed drill, much like the one that we're looking at here. And that's when I learned, obviously, that there were different types of drills. And the great thing about a variable speed drill is how hard you pull on the trigger is going to determine the speed of the drill. So if you're using this to drill holes in wood, for example, you would simply squeeze it all the way and it would work great as a regular drill. But if you want to use it to put screws into wood or so other things like that, then you simply squeeze the trigger just a little bit and the speed will slowly increase, and it allows you to use that drill for a variety of different things. And so I had to go out and buy yet another drill, but that's one that I still have to this day, and it's a variable purpose drill that allows me to use it in a lot of different situations. So what does that have to do with leadership? Well, that's kind of an analogy of how we approach leadership. New leaders are typically like the first drill that I purchased. They have one speed. They have one style. They have one way of really approaching people. So typically what we do is we will tend to micromanage as new leaders. Now the other extreme to that in a leadership style would be empowerment. And so we have to know as leaders how to approach each team member, whether it's micromanagement or whether it's empowerment or someplace in between. So as a new employee, for example, that team member is going to need a very close management, and so you're going to want to micromanage them. But as they progress in their career and they gain skills and knowledge, we can't continue to use that same style. And so we have to move to a more empowering style of leadership, for example. So there's other examples of when we would change our leadership style. How we motivate people would be another example. How we approach motivating people with our leadership style is really going to depend on how effective we are at getting their performance to change or improve, if that's the objective. For example, if you have somebody who is not performing well, we have to figure out what it is we can do as a leader to change that behavior and improve their performance. So if this person really values recognition, for example, and you simply provide them with a monetary incentive to improve, then you're probably not going to see a lot of improvement overall in their performance. So how we approach our team members really needs to be individualized. So just some final thoughts on this variable drill leadership. We have to treat our team members as individuals. Each of our team members value different things, and if you've been a community member for a while, I've probably done about 10 or 15 different videos on just this concept alone. So think of each team member as a very unique individual, and we have to find out what makes them tick in order to improve performance and to keep performance at a high level. We have to learn to listen as leaders. And so as we talk about having our one-on-one sessions, which are so important, we have to ask very powerful open-ended questions to our team members, and then we have to learn to listen to them and then use what they're saying as far as what they value and what they're looking to do in the organization. We have to use that to our advantage in our leadership style. So that's really it today for what I call variable drill leadership. I hope you have a great day.